好，一安安见哦。Okay, dear my friend, my name is Lance. I want to continue to share with you how to relieve the stress of the office worker. See, whether or not you are energetic or whether or not you can resist the stress has to do with whether or not you get enough sleep or nutrition by eating and sleeping well. Because the most important thing for you to restore your energy is to eat well and sleep well. Your body and mind, actually, they are one. Both of them are very important. Even remember in the Old Testament, there's a story about Elijah. The prophet Elijah, has overpowered 450 prophets. But when he didn't sleep well, didn't eat well, his energy went down very quickly and he got fearful. And he was not as courageous as before. And he got killed everywhere and he ran away. And then God told him to rest right by a Kili River and eat very well and sleep very well until his strength is recovered. So usually when a person is not healthy, a sick person, ability of resisting stress is low. So high energy refers to that your body, mind, and spirit is strong and healthy. Okay. So if you live in a very good environment, and people will tend to feel more comfortable, like living in suburbs. Living in suburbs, the energy there is higher than living in cities. Living in a wooden house is better than living in a concrete house because the plants can absorb the energy, but the tree and the plant can absorb the energy, then release the energy to you. And our body has the intuition, can sense the spirit and energy of the environment. Whether the energy is good or bad, our body can tell us. A good environment and high energy environment, positive energy environment is good. But you can judge some places are not a good environment by your common sense, like the place containing a lot of garbage, the prisons, the tomb, the hospital, and some people maybe they can still live for a few years, but once they get sent to the hospital, and he listened to the people, the person next to him crying out, "I'm going to die every day." Maybe a few days or a few months later, he got affected. My grandmom is like that. He died very soon after she was sent to the hospital. So we can visit a lot of positive energy places like library, schools, college, gardens, natural place, a place to work out. That is positive energy place. So whenever I visit the college, I sense the atmosphere of learning, and it made me be very enthusiastic about learning again. So when you feel your energy is low, it's better for you to do some reading, read good books, or listen to lectures. Or you can listen to positive people's speech. That will increase your energy. When you immerse yourself in the nature, you breathe, the good, fresh, good air, and you see beautiful trees, and a lot of energy particle will enter into your body to nourish you. And a lot of particle in the nature, you can't name it, but it's very good for your body. And we as people are part of nature. So it's very good for us to be close to the nature. Whenever people invite me to make a speech, uh, uh, how to make more money, I'm not a very rich person, but I can share with you that what I can do is every morning I will get up and I go to the lake, I go to the nature to do some exercise and pray to God, His blessings. He will bless me all day long. And sometimes in that moment, in that period of time, and positive energy will enter into my body and becomes my energy and strength to resist the stress for the whole day. Sometimes the sunny day is better than rainy day if you want to go out, because the sun will increase the energy of the, increase your energy. So most of people have a good mood in sunny days, and it's better for you to work out in the daytime. It's better than working out in nighttime, because in daytime the energy is higher. So this is my experience, and I prove it for quite a while. Sometimes I want to visit the customers. I usually, I will change my dress to work out in daytime before the sun goes down. I will just work out wherever I visit the customers. When I finish visiting customers, I will work out before the sun goes down. So do some running. So as you can see, that a lot of places that like North Europe, because the weather there is very humid and cold, so the suicide rate is very high. So in the afternoon, I usually will eat some. I will take a nap and eat some nutritious lunch and pray to God. Especially in the afternoon when I take a nap, I pray God will give me energy. Sometimes we may not work in a nice place or positive energy place or best. We consciously we work in a bad place, or so we live in a negative energy, negative environment. So that's why we get a lot of stress from the environment. So we can increase our positive energy. How? So first thing I will share with you is that you have to sense and feel your body and meet your body and mind's needs immediately. Because if you are hungry, you don't eat, then you will not feel well. Yeah, and you don't even have the strength, to work. If you don't sleep well, you cannot work effectively. So when you are tired, you cannot concentrate. So you have to listen to your body and mind's needs and voice. You have to meet your body and mind, even spiritual needs, immediately. That's very important. If you get hungry, you just go to eat. If you get tired, go to sleep. If you have stress in your heart, maybe pray to God or talk to somebody that you can relieve your stress. If you ignore those voices coming from your body, mind, and spirit, definitely you get weaker and weaker, and that creates stress. So the first thing I would advise you to eat well and sleep well, and meet your body and mind spiritual needs immediately. It's very important. It's a very simple thing, but it's very important, okay? When you get a challenge coming from the work or your life, you have to rest, okay? You have to rest. So when you rest, you restore your energy, so you can take another challenge. A lot of people got burned out by constant stress because they don't rest, or they don't get enough rest. they don't get enough rest and nutrition, and then continue to move on to next stressful situation. So you have to rest and eat well after stressful situation or after stressful, and after you fully restore, and then you can move on to the next stage. So when I do the running training, when I did the running training, I received the training and I have to finish running 400 meters in 100 seconds, then I rest for a minute. And I continue to do this for 15 times, so that would increase my stamina. Yeah. So in the training, in the physical training, we need to rest for a minute in order to rest our energy. So in the real life, it's also very important for us to rest after stressful situation or work. Body and mind affect each other. Some people, tend to feel stressed out. But from my viewpoint, as I see, when your ability is less than your stress, then the stress is created. The key thing some people don't have stress, but the other people feel stressful in some situations. So the key thing is some people have the ability to resist stress. I think stress means that when person's emotionally, physically got very tired out for fatigue, then stress comes. So he may shrink back, and because he didn't have the strength to move along. So it's important in order to resist the stress, you have to train to increase your stamina, and that, in that way your body will store the energy. When the stress comes, you have the energy to use to resist the stress. To put it this way, you have to train yourself physically, and you have to work out and rest, rest. So usually when the people who are who have had a good stamina, they can live longer, and their ability to resist the stress is higher than those sick people. Okay. Before I heard a lot of people saying that he's so busy and so tired and he needs to relieve the stress. I don't understand that, because I really don't need to relieve stress until I work. I noticed that when I work at a big company and people, they don't trust each other, and we're working in such a competitive environment, and people are jealous of each other and attack each other behind people's back. And so after that, I know that we really need to relieve the stress.